weed stories, man.
Why do we need that?
Oh, let's do weed and bugs.
Yeah, weed and bugs.
What do we need that
I have some
for?
good ones.
We don't need to out ourselves.
All right, so welcome to the Fun Time Podcast. We're starting
this is
off.
all allegedly.
We're starting off good. Our returning guest Keaton, great guy. Give it all up for Keaton. Cole,
what's up?
Introduce yourself. Keaton, say something to the folks.
How's it going, guys?
Great. We have our lava lamp functioning far better this time.
It's still not really working. Though.
It's going. It'll eventually get there. Cactus has turned red. Turn off for a little bit, turn back on. It'll probably go back to its normal.
Yeah, but
give it some time.
Fuck you. Hey.
So we were just discussing the world of bug fighting on YouTube.
Japanese bug fighting.
It's crazy. With the amount of stuff they'll just throw inside of this weird plastic box and just see fight. And it's on YouTube. I mean, you can just look it up. It's like those weird fucking reality shows or whatever they have on TV with the shoving someone's butt in your face or something.
So what way is a bug fighting a bug like a reality show?
Well, it's just
because they both take place. No,
they take it just as seriously. Like this is not like at all like not a serious thing. Like these bugs fight and like.
I don't know what you're saying right now is completely accurate.
Man? Who takes two bugs and just?
Psychopaths.
That's their job. That's probably his job, to fight bugs.
Children.
Do we want to show him the dock spider?
Yeah,
now?
please. So on the East Coast, we have some gnarly fucking bugs.
They have like black widows and shit out here, so I wouldn't like.
Oh no,
we don't have anything that can kill us like that.
No, all right. But like these fucking things are disgusting. Dock spiders, these big old fucking brown fuckers, and like they sit around near docks and they're huge,
but
and
they're not
you just
poisonous.
No, but they're just
they're
massive.
like no poisonous.
And but like you'll just be chilling, like trying to hop in a tube or something, like have a good
everything's just
time.
really big and shit.
Bam!
Like
there's a giant fucking spider trying to crawl up on your toes or something like that. Like,
yeah, its size is kind of gross.
Fucking, you smack the shit.
But it's not gonna kill you like anything with poison.
No, I don't like spiders.
Nothing back home in New England is ever gonna like bite you that's gonna have poison.
There are snakes. There are.
But I know, but the likelihood of you encountering a poisonous animal in New England
you'll probably get hit by
low.
a car. I mean, that's probably your like most likely event, or drown, something like that. But yeah, I don't know. There's like daddy long legs aren't bad. Those are just like stupid spiders. I mean, no one's getting sketched out for those things. But there's a variety of other just giant fucking thick spiders that no one wants to be around. And there's just so many like gross like woodsy kind of like dead leaf areas that they'll just like post up in, and that's just where they are. And you're just like, well, I don't go near that giant pile of sticks because I know there's some giant fucking spiders in there. And I'm not sticking my hands anywhere near that unless it's with fire.
Hold up. A bug is an insect, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is a spider an insect?
It's an arachnid.
It's an arachnid.
Yeah, man.
But to me, if you want to call it like
we're totally
bugs,
it doesn't matter.
I would classify them all.
They all live in the dirt.
Yeah, just dirty fucking gross things that are like not.
I remember when I was like 11 or something, I picked all the legs off a daddy long leg and it kind of rolled around the ground, and I was like, I feel really bad now, and I killed it, and I was like, I'm never gonna do that again.
I used to do that too, where it's just like the little head.
Yeah, it was just a spider rolling around, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I feel like I've just committed some atrocity.
Oh, it does make you feel like it.
It makes you feel like God acting too powerful.
Like,
and you're just like, I gotta pull out real quick, this is too much.
Like, alright, the thing I didn't feel bad about was like ticks and stuff like that.
Oh, no, but they can't like, it's not like you can dissect a tick and make it feel bad. You just like, the most I'd ever do is like, I'd take the tick, wrap it in a piece of toilet paper, take that and light it on fire and then throw it in the fucking toilet and flush it.
Yeah, I mean, but I just throw them on the stove and just kill them with fire.
I remember one time I caught one on the desk at school, or the Keaton did it too, but like, didn't he like tape it to the inside of his fucking agenda or whatever?
Oh
and
yeah,
he stayed there.
Yeah, he did.
He like, so our youngest brother like found a tick on him at school, and he just
his first
he taped it to the inside of his like daily planner for school, and that
he was like, check it out, guys, and he's just a tick just in there.
He's like, in the woods because of those.
Oh, they're horrible.
God, it's weird. I kind of like.
They're everywhere back home.
There was a rat. Oh my god, I remember this. They're like back in middle school. There was like a mouse or something, like some kind of rat or whatever inside of a classroom. And
fucking
like
where?
Eric and the maintenance guy were trying to get this mouse because like
Who's Eric? You want to tell him who the fuck
Eric is a buddy of mine from back home. I've mentioned him before, but just not by name.
Because you were being silly.
Pretty much, they had to catch this rat, and he caught it and just like kind of. We were on the first floor, so it wasn't bad, but we were like really close to the ground, so we just kind of like tossed it out the window a little bit, but. It was super funny because everybody just immediately ran out of the classroom, and he was just like, "Oh, I'll catch it." The maintenance guy came. He's like, "Oh, let's get it." And yeah, I mean that was an interesting fucking Monday, but yeah, I mean I don't know. There's always the woods are just sketchy when it comes to bugs, especially at night because you're just like if you're getting sticks for a fire or like you're walking outside camping and you just feel something crawling on you. Your first instinct is just like smack.
It's funny because I gave you shit for that, but I was doing it earlier.
It's okay, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. Bugs are not my favorite, especially like mosquitoes and stuff like that. They just mosquitoes. I don't know why they exist. Just immediate smack.
They exist for the culling.
You guys probably grew up smoking in the woods.
Yes, that was immediate pest. Like when we have to go in the woods.
The smoke keeps the mosquitoes away, though.
Yeah, smoke help with keeping the mosquitoes away, especially when there's like a bunch and you just blow it right in at them. But like. Yeah, well, I remember, like, there was this smoke spot we had in the woods where we, like, it was funny because we used to spray paint
all the trees in the
area. It was, like, right around that area. But, we used to hang out there all the time, and the bugs were just atrocious during the summertime because it was right next to this little, like, pond, but the area was kind of, like... Yeah, this pond nearby, and,
everyone knew what you meant.
When it kind of drowned out, it got, like, muddy, so all the mosquitoes would come out, and that would just be, like, the super dank area for mosquitoes, and... they'd fly up in your face and you'd be trying to smoke and it's like, the middle of the night, I hear and you're just like, fucking, yeah.
Oh, yeah, mosquitoes. When I went to Michigan, I experienced those.
Yeah, are they great?
Yeah,
it did the thing.
What?
The lava lamp, the top part fell off. It finally, it fell, but nothing popped up.
Nope.
Give it time.
Wait, what?
The other part of the top cooled down enough to fall.
Yeah, so hopefully it'll...
but it fell into nothingness and it's just sit there now.
Hey man, eventually it'll work.
No.
But I mean, you got any interesting smoking stories as we're on the topic?
Interesting smoking stories?
Yeah, man.
What happened to bugs?
Bugs, I know, but like it can incorporate bugs.
Here, you give me one while I think of one.
Alright, so I mean... I remember... Oh man, I'm trying to think of some good ones. There was right near that same area where we were smoking. We were trying to go down there one day, and there was this huge hornet's nest that had like developed like right on a tree that was in the middle of this trail that led to the area. So like this one kid that we were friends with like off and on for a really long time. We weren't really cool with him at the time, so we were like, hey man, just go down there and try and like hit it with the baseball bat. Because like I wasn't trying to get stung by hornets or whatever, and neither was my
go instigate him.
So we're like, fuck it, here's the baseball bat, go at it. And he was like, sure, man. So he just ran down there and tried to smack it with the baseball bat, and ended up getting stung into like all shit. But I mean, we just smoked on the side of the road and watched him happen. I think someone got a video of it, but I don't have it.
Nice.
Yeah, didn't he run up out of the like side of the pond?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one time I smoked on the come down of a psychedelic substance. This was way past the statute of limitations. And I was basically just coming down from it. And when I smoked, basically all the visuals kicked in.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't experienced any visuals during the extent of that trip. But then as soon as I smoked, it all just kicked in. And I literally thought that I was a pirate ship. Yeah, and I was in the backseat of my friend's car.
It's pretty great.
And it was just, pretty crazy.
Were you making pirate ship noises, like crashing into water and stuff?
What is a pirate ship?
No, I just felt like I was on the sea, and that's kind of the vibe I was getting.
Yeah.
I think the first time I took a psychedelic substance,
we went from bugs to smoking weed to tripping.
Well, we were watching this. It was like the lead up thing, and so it was like the lead up to the trip, and I had like butterflies in my stomach. Hey, there's your bugs. And we were watching this movie about some weird fucking monster, but like I just couldn't stop laughing about it. I don't know. It wasn't even funny.
John dies at the end.
No, it was a different. It was different
that
one.
Time.
And we got to that one, but I don't know, for whatever reason, I went outside and I smoked, and it like kind of killed it for a little bit. I don't know why. Like, it was almost like I had the opposite of your reaction, Keaton. Like, I was tripping and then I smoked and it kind of like dulled it for a moment. But I think that was because I was trying to process two different kinds of substances at the same time, and it just kind of weirded me out.
Yeah, whenever I combine weed with psychedelics, it just amplifies it.
Yeah, usually, like, I mean, sometimes when I would feel like I was getting...
statute of limitation. Is that what it's called?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, I don't think it really matters anyway.
No, it doesn't.
But, when I would, like, start feeling uncomfortable, I would smoke, and it would make me feel, like, less anxious about, like, the trip, even though I really shouldn't have been, honestly.
Yeah, once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, yeah.
You're like, hell yeah.
I think one of the most interesting things I did while on some psychedelics was a buddy of ours. It was a friend of ours, Matt, and my buddy Eric, returning again.
Goober Matt.
So we had all smoked cigarettes at the time.
Goober
and,
Matt, yes, no?
Yes,
okay.
Goober Matt. And he showed up to the our hangout spot. This is our buddy Eric's basement, and he was just like, man, I need cigarettes. And as a joke, kind of, and realistically, we weren't going to give him any. He was like, oh, I need some cigarettes. And we're like, no, Matt, like, we're not going to give you any. And he was just, like, freaking out. He was like, dude, I need some cigarettes, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, no. So he tried to take them and ran across towards the couch as I, like, went up the stairs that were to the left of the couch. And he threw them to me, and before he could toss them to me, he had jumped on... He had taken Eric and pretty much like kind of tossed him to the wall and put a huge hole in the wall. Like, yeah, it was a big ass crack in this like drywall, and we all just kind of stopped him like, yo, like, because it was it was huge. So if anybody came down, they would have been like immediately like, what the fuck. So us being stupid and high, we put up a poster so it wouldn't be as noticeable until we could figure out a secondary plan. But we knew a buddy of ours who could, his parents or his family pretty much. They had, like, a company that, they did drywall. So he's like, oh, I have this stuff. I can help you out. And we're like, okay, sounds great. And it somehow, out of another, we were like, oh, we just happen to have acid during that period of time as well. So we took the acid and pretty much repaired the wall. And it was fake acid. So we all just kind of, like, started bugging out a little bit. And we just kind of covered it in, like, drawings and all this other fucking nonsense. And afterwards, it's still to this day is, like, all of his walls are gray. And then there's just one, like... giant rectangle or something like that that's pure white covered in like retarded drawings, and it's just super out of place.
Canceled thrice.
What do you do this time?
Retard.
Hey, we'll just blur it out, man.
No, I'm not gonna do that much editing work, dude. No, it's in there now.
I'll blur it out.
No, you're not that good.
I'll blur it out. It's okay.
No.
We'll edit this whole piece out. None of this is actually gonna be in there.
This is the secret episode.
The funny thing is, it doesn't matter because the word isn't used to denote those people anyway.
Well, pretty much it was an interesting day.
Yeah, and notice I was just saying it as a quote.
The quote.
I'm safe.
Double quote.
I could quote you now, though, as saying
you can.
it.
You can.
Because now you said it.
That's wrong.
And save myself and say I was quoting future tense.
He was quoting you in the future.
It'll work. It's some kind of loophole.
I don't know if it actually works like that.
It'll stand up in court.
No. You burp.
What about you, Cole? What's your psychedelic trip?
Let me think of an interesting one. What do you need?
Nothing.
I think the first time was probably one of the best times because we were like, my friend, or our friend Carter and I don't really know how I would phrase it right now.
Carter and I.
Yeah, Carter and I's friend. Yeah, I think.
Protect the innocent.
But yeah, he came over and he had like some crazy fucking laser that had like a splitter on the end to make it like a whole bunch of different fucking lights. Like it looked like a grid. And then have you ever used like the glasses that like split light?
No.
Well, so basically,
Are those like the rave glasses, or
they're like glasses that we use in science class that like they split the light wavelengths that you're looking at.
Those little wooden ones, or those little cardboard ones.
Yeah. It looks fucking crazy. So we were wearing those on acid.
Really?
Like looking around at shit, and he had the splitter, and then looking at them with the glasses split them even more, so it looked like there were like thousands of them and shit. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, I tried that.
It's
Miss K.
Yeah.
Taught me that.
It's pretty cool. My friend stole a bunch of them from the science lab.
I used to go to my chemistry class high all the time, and so much shit happened in that chemistry class that while I was high that it just made my day. Like two of them were really funny. One of them, so we had this like high voltage thing that we're supposed to like look at the current, and pretty much we were just working with electricity, and like it said high voltage on it, and he had a big whole, you know, our professor or whatever teacher had this whole thing about like, you know, watch out for this piece, don't touch it, otherwise it could electrocute you, blah 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 blah. And this kid who had went in and out of the district before in terms of attending the school, and he for whatever reason decided that it was gonna be great to like just keep touching it, and it was just bothering the shit out of me because I was like just trying to like get through whatever lab we were in and deal with this, and he was just you know I just was like, I don't want to have to deal with you getting shocked, and then because I'm standing right next to you, someone thinking I had something to do with it or whatever. So I was just like yelling at this kid, and then one day we were working with Bunsen burners, and this girl for whatever reason couldn't figure out how to use it, and she was just releasing gas everywhere onto the table, and when she ignited it, it just lit the whole table on fire. So like the entire table and everybody in their shit, like before they took it off the table, was just on fire, and we had to come over and get the fire extinguisher, or not the fire extinguisher, or the fire blanket or whatever, and just kind of toss it on the table. But yeah, she was generally a smart girl, but I don't know what she was doing. But yeah, good day.
Yeah, I want to get a gun, a concealed carry permit. I don't have a gun or anything, but I want to get a concealed carry permit so I can, if I'm ever in the midst of a blaze, I can just end it right there. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out in fire.
Yeah.
You like to escape a fire? I feel like fire would be probably. I feel like I hear definitely people aren't experts on this because people haven't been like on fire enough to be like, yeah, this is what happens before you die, but.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't suck that bad.
I've heard that like you start when you get on fire, like eventually it just burns your nerve endings and you just like kind of don't feel it. But I feel like I wouldn't want to drown. Like if I drowned in the middle of the ocean, you know what I mean? Like say I fell off a boat or something like that, or I was stranded in the middle of the ocean. Fuck that. If I drowned, like, the ocean to me all day.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
Like, if I was stranded in the ocean and all I could see from, like, left to right was ocean, if I looked down, all I saw was blue, and, like, I was just, like, waiting and wide, like, just gonna fucking keep myself adrift, and, it's fucking freezing cold water, and you're just, like, out there, and you have no idea what's below you. I don't know what I'd do with myself. That shit's just scary.
What would you do with yourself?
I have no idea. I really in that instance, I would wish I had a gun or something, because I would want to like fucking shoot myself in the head and hope that God nothing comes and eats me.
Yeah.
Or
just like drown yourself.
Yeah, because eventually you're just gonna lose your strength, or you're gonna you're gonna get super cold and get hypothermia and die.
And that's not fun.
That would really suck.
Nobody likes that.
Yeah, so fuck that. Because best case scenario, you drown and nothing comes and eats you, and you peacefully just fall, and that's it. Worst case scenario, you just sit there and wait to drown, and something comes and fucks with you, so you're just scared the entire time.
You could try to antagonize a predator fish. I was gonna say a fish of prey, but that wouldn't make sense.
Dude, I feel like dying by shark would be like up there on like very, very scary, because you'd just be like being able to see what's going on, and then being dragged down like further and further into like the water, and just being like, holy shit. I don't know. I have a huge fear of sharks. Like it's very irrational, but like very fuck sharks. Large bodies of water, relatively all bodies of water pretty much. I don't fuck with. I'll go swimming in lakes and ponds, but that's kind of the extent. I swam once, kind of far in Florida, and I got really sketched out, and then swam right back. So I mean, yeah.
So you don't go swimming in the ocean because of sharks?
I don't go swimming in the ocean in general, but especially like I was like legitimately afraid of sharks when I went to Florida because it's possible. Because there are sharks in Florida.
When he was a kid, he used to be like really, really afraid of them, and I had like this book that had a like 2-page fold out, or like it opened up to a shark's mouth opening, and I would run up to him and like open it and scare the shit out of him.
I just really, like really I don't know what, it's not even like the sharks so much, like
hysterical.
It's like when they open up their jaws and all you see is just like open weird organ fish mouth and like teeth and stuff. It makes like my skin crawl, and I'm like, I want to be everywhere but there. Like I would rather jump off a building or like hop into a pool of fire.
No, you wouldn't.
I dude, swear to God.
Hop into a pool of fire over a shark?
Yes.
Like you're gonna jump into lava first?
I would not lava. Fuck lava, because that would just like I don't know. That'd be slow. That'd be slow and very.
It's not actually slow.
Why would it not be slow?
Because the water inside you like evaporates and you pop.
Oh, okay, so I don't know. Then lava. I'd hop into a volcano.
Unless that only happens with smaller stuff.
I don't know. Maybe head
or you
first
go
into
under,
a volcano.
and I don't really know. Don't actually quote me on that.
I feel like
I could be fully stupid.
I feel like if I hopped into a volcano head first, my mouth would immediately fill with lava, and my head would just fucking pop, and then I would die. So I mean, I'd probably do that over a shark because I don't want to be eaten alive.
I heard you don't even like go in the lava. I heard you just kind of sit on top of it
and burn
and just light yourself on fire.
But what if it's like alright, so there's like the rocky, like it's like rock on top almost, and then like you poke it and then there's lava underneath. I'm talking like active, like flowing, like liquid, like very hot, like lava.
Yeah,
like if you just jumped into that. Like
yeah, we understand what you meant.
That would be like hopping into like cement, pretty much.
Hopping
like,
in the cut.
I feel like that'd be a very terrible way to die. It's like a cement mixture almost.
A cement mixer?
Because it's just all very, very hot. Like,
is it just hot cement in there?
Yeah,
that would really suck.
Because you're just like drowning in hot cement, and then if it starts to harden iron, then you're just like
drowning in hot shit.
Is it better to drown in cement or water?
I feel like water. Only because
probably
it would kill
water.
You faster.
Probably right.
Does it kill you faster?
Because it would. Well, think about it. It would fill up your lungs faster than cement, because cement's super soupy and thick, so it would just kind of like fill up your lungs very slowly, and then you would just be like, blah, blah, blah.
Are you sure?
I do not quote me on this, but I would probably think that it would be harder to drown on cement.
I'm kidding. It's definitely harder.
Gap around your mouth.
It's denser.
Yeah.
It just feel like
it's not going to be fun either way.
Yeah,
I mean, drowning is just not an enjoyable way to go. Dying is like just not fun.
PSA: don't die.
Except when it is to die. When it is time to die.
Yeah. So I mean, those are definitely like my like up there with biggest fears of like shit, like sharks. Really, I don't know. I just don't fuck with them. Deep ocean stuff. I really don't like the deep ocean.
Deep web stuff.
Yeah, I don't mind the ocean.
You don't know what's going down in there. You don't know. This is not your domain. You don't belong there. No.
But what about your biggest fear, Cole? What is yours?
They're probably all real things like burglars and fucking climate change and shit like that. Yeah, home invasion.
Climate change.
Yeah, home invasion, climate change, not having money, things like that.
I think some of like my I wouldn't call them like necessarily like super irrational fears, but like
I
just,
don't
like,
have there's nothing that like bothers me that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I
think the only thing would be a fear of heights, but that's like it.
I just mean like the thing that like it kind of bothers me a little bit is like the fear of like not being able to control something, like if an asteroid hit the Earth.
That's just weird in itself, because it's like, who sits there and goes, I'm super concerned that this fucking rock is gonna hit us.
No. I mean, like, say like we didn't know it was coming, and all of a sudden high speed.
I know, but that's just like not.
Earth. Like,
that's not something you like. Most people realistically are concerned about.
No, that's what I'm saying.
People are realistically.
It's like my one like kind of irrational.
Yeah,
fear,
no, that is irrational.
It's like planetary stuff. Like if
oh my god, Mars is gonna come loose out of its orbit and smack into the Earth, and we're gonna go.
It's like hand in hand with climate change, but kind of.
How is a fucking asteroid hand in hand with climate change?
Well, it's like no, I'm saying like at the moment, me personally, what can I do to affect climate change so I'll help like stop our greenhouse gases and stuff like that. Like,
I guess it's all just like
nothing I can really do.
We should have prevented, Like,
yeah.
we could have
there's still
prevented an
stuff
asteroid
like
by now.
we as a nation can do.
We're testing it like next year or something.
Like
we're testing if we're gonna be able to.
We so should have had that by now.
We're gonna.
If we just shot the fucking shit out of it.
But that's what we're gonna test. I'm pretty sure.
No, like what they're doing is they're like kind of pushing stuff into it. Like a big.
That's the idea. Is you hit it with a rocket and it was.
Well, giant like pretty much essentially just giant billiard balls, but like in space. So an object in motion will stay in motion. So if you just smack it in a different direction, like boom, there you go. I get it. I'm just saying, like, say you just blew it the fuck up.
I get it. I get intergalactic movements of objects.
No, I'm just saying, like, I understand it on a very basic level. I'm saying, like,
I know, I was kidding.
If you were to shoot it with a rocket,
aha moment.
like, would it just blow the? Like, could we just blow the fuck out?
It's an baha
what
moment.
What if you detonated a nuclear bomb in space? Like, what would happen?
Detonate a bomb in space?
Yeah.
It would explode?
No, but like, what would happen to the force from that? Would it just keep going?
I have no idea. I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine it would continue to go.
It would only really. It would
have to continue. Yeah. Right? So it would have.
So what if a bit of it just kept going? I'm just saying. I'm just thinking. I don't know.
Then it just keeps going. Theoretically, it would just keep going. Then
they would definitely try that if there was an asteroid.
If human bodies emit photons to some degree because everything emits light to some degree. So theoretically, because you're always emitting light, there's a possibility that one of the photons released from your body never contacts anything and just goes into the universe forever.
Yeah.
That's theoretical.
It just goes up in the air.
It just goes on forever.
Just one photon?
Because it's saying theoretically because you're always producing light to some degree even though you can't see it. That theoretically because you do it your whole life there's a chance that like one of those photons never contacts anything. It just goes. It just continues on forever. Just because of like probability.
It seems like that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like reflecting off of me?
It's coming out of you. The light. Like
coming out of where?
Everything.
Like it glistens?
I don't have any idea. We can't see it.
Damn. Hopefully your face. I like to hope that they come from my face. I don't know. It seems like the most logical place. It's the only thing that's not covered in clothing at the moment.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Besides
what
my
part
hands.
of the body would produce light, if any part of the body?
Probably my face.
Probably the face, right?
No. Your dick.
Do not throw that on my fucking shit, boy.
Why?
Dude,
that's the runner-up.
Huh?
Save the turtles.
To the face.
What? On your bell end?
If you if you could go back to any moment while you were like smoking to tell yourself something, like
what?
hold on. It's a super weird hypothetical.
Please don't.
But it's like, if you could go back in time somehow and like tell your past self to like save up like a little bit of weed, you know what I mean? So like eventually you had a whole bunch of weed, but like when you when you came back to your universe, like you didn't have any weed. You know what I mean? Because like what you do in the past will affect only the past in that branch. But like, would you do it if you could? Just to be like, oh, I went back in time and did, saw myself.
What?
Yeah, I'd probably do way crazier shit than that though.
But
I'm saying like it has to. It's just within that own parameter right there.
Wait, so what? I wasn't paying attention at all.
So like, all right. So like, if you were to go back in the past, right, and tell yourself that like, you put, if you put aside weed right now at this moment every day, like you eventually have a whole bunch of weed, and then like because how theoretical time travel. If I were to do that, like me, if I went back, in the
I'm
future,
not gonna get it.
Have that stuff.
Yeah, no.
I'm saying, would you do that just to say that I traveled back in time?
I don't give a fuck. What do I get out of it? I travel back in time.
Whatever comes from that.
I travel back in time to do a bunch of shit with no consequences, and then go back to my timeline and fuck over that guy.
Would you guys stop? Would you guys quit weed if your future self came and they were like a meth addict? And they were
because that's their timeline.
It was a gateway drug.
That's their timeline, not mine.
Well, what if I just said I'm never touching meth? And then they're like, okay,
no, good. But it's you, and you're like...
That's not how time travel works, though.
We did it.
Because if he's coming...
Well, how does time travel work?
If he's coming from the future, like my future, technically that was his timeline. My future hasn't happened yet for me. So it doesn't...
But it's your timeline.
But it's my... That's the thing, it's my timeline. He can't come into my timeline and do anything about what I'm doing.
Pretty much the extent to what he could do is pretty much say, hey, watch out, because you, in some way or another, you can become a
but if he goes back to his timeline and I decide to not become a meth addict, he's still going to be a meth addict. It's not going to fix his timeline. Because his timeline occurs independent.
Him, it was his opinion that the weed was the seed.
Well, that's because he's stupid like Joe Biden.
It could have been like...
Marijuana is a gateway drug. Like, I'm Joe Biden. I grab babies by the crotch. Did you see that picture?
No.
There's a picture. Hold on, let me see if I can find the picture. You guys can Google it, because obviously you can't see it, but there's like a picture of Joe Biden grabbing a baby by the crotch.
Manhandling this baby?
Yeah. Nuzzlegate.
What?
He keeps nuzzling everybody.
What are you talking about?
Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Yeah, he keeps nuzzling like all the
nuzzling?
kids. Yeah, nuzzling.
No, this one he's straight up fucking.
Was he just smothering them with his hands?
No, he nuzzles them with his face.
One day I'll fucking strangle this baby.
Yeah, no, here it is.
It's Nuzzlegate.
Look at his hand.
Wait, what's weird about it?
Look at his shaking the baby's crotch.
Is this recent?
Yeah, look at that.
Joe Biden is grabbing.
Wow, that is weird.
A baby.
It says campaign manager kissing baby seems creepy. Let's do something else. Joe Biden.
Evil.
Joe Biden's got this. Look at his fucking face.
He doesn't know anything.
Joe Biden has this baby by the fucking cock and grundle.
At this point, it's in his DNA. Like, people keep telling him to stop, and it's just.
Look at that.
It's not something he's willing to stop.
Like, oh my god, it's so bad.
Well, have you guys seen the nuzzling?
No. What are you talking about? Let me Google it.
Yeah, look up the nuzzling.
Joe Biden nuzzle. Hold on. Nuzzling. Oh, I spelled it wrong, that's why.
Nuzzlegate. Something like that. Bring that shit.
I hope this doesn't get me put on a fucking list.
Nuzzlegate's getting weird.
No, it's just Joe Biden, like,
so you can find,
in front of everybody. He doesn't care.
Very strange. What do you think of do you know anything about our candidates coming up for this year's election? I don't know shit about them.
I'm gonna look when.
I mean, I've been following them. It's mostly for just entertainment, though.
Why can't I find pictures?
Like, support anything.
If you gotta randomly put your money on anybody, who's it gonna be?
Is this what you're talking about?
I mean, probably.
This is what you're talking about, right? This shit.
Well, yeah. There's like videos with way younger kids.
Oh no, I've seen that. It's fucked up.
What is wrong with him?
Fucking Joe Biden.
Like this.
Yeah, well, that was like a famous video.
What is he doing?
It's being Joe Biden. Look at that one.
He's nuzzling. Yeah, there he is.
It's him doing it to himself.
This probably doesn't work well for the audio medium.
No, but I told them they can look it up for themselves.
How
are we gonna throw up photos on audio?
We'll figure it out. You know,
that does not work.
We'll encrypt what the visual file would be like in audio.
I don't think that works.
We'll try. You guys have my word. We'll try.
No, we won't.
Yep.
All right, we'll try.
That's my word. You have it.
I believe him.
No, I don't. I do not.
So, I mean...
Oh, my no.
What, do you remember the first time you smoked? Do you remember that as like a vivid memory, or is it kind of like a distant memory of the past?
Yeah, it was kind of like... It was like almost disassociative. I was kind of freaked out at first, but then I liked it. It was out of an apple.
In an apple?
Yeah, apple.
We turned a pill bottle into a bowl.
See,
with tin
you
foil.
told me that.
We put a hole in it.
The plastics.
No, so I mean, it didn't happen after that, but we basically cut a hole into the fucking pill bottle and then cut a carb on the side, and then made a bowl out of tin foil and put it in the main hole and smoked it like that.
But I mean, was it like a party, or was it just like a friend, or?
Oh yeah, I just did it with a friend of mine.
Yeah, cool. For you too, was that?
I was just under the deck at the condo with Jacob.
I wasn't there for that, was
nope.
it? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Because I was like skipping school or some shit.
I remember the first time I smoked. I was
Do you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, there was Cole used to not be an advocate for the marijuana. He used to
Not by you, because you were being a fucking goober.
So he didn't like it, and so there was my buddy's birthday. He had bought some nice weed and he had a little pipe, and we were gonna smoke, but Cole wasn't about that. But the real first time I smoked was at my buddy Jacob's house, and we had this like makeshift bong or whatever that we made. And I remember I smoked, and they got high, and I didn't get high. And at my house, and they were all
Speaking
like, "Oh, I'm high."
do you have the Juul?
I do. They were all
2 episodes in a row, folks.
they were talking about being high and stuff like that, and I was like, I'm lost, man. I can't relate. I was very mad. It took a little. I can't remember. I don't really remember the first time I got high. But I do remember that as the first time I smoked. Did you ever have any weird complications like that? Didn't get high the first time you smoked or anything like that?
No, I got way too high the first time I did Cloud 9 in my school's bathroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I hit like a 50 Nick device because I'd been vaping like box mods before, like 3 and 6, and at one point accidentally put 24 Nick whatever vape devices.
I did non-accidentally.
And it was the first time I hit a 50 Nick device. It was like a little sore in air, and it was in a bathroom, and I ripped it, and I was just like super buzzed. I was like rolling, and I walked out of the bathroom, rolling. And I was just like, I was off my ass on this nicotine because I had never hit a device with that much nicotine.
Well, do you guys remember when they like exploded on the scene?
Oh yeah.
Just like Juuls all of a sudden, Sorens.
The first time I ever heard about any kind of e-cig vaping anything was like there was a movie with Johnny Depp. I do not remember the name of the movie, but there was a movie a while ago with Johnny Depp which featured like him on a train or something like that hitting an e-cig, and it was like controversial or something like that because it was like the first time an e-cig had been used by like an A-list celebrity in a movie or something like that. But that was a really long time ago, and then I feel like it kind of kicked up for me like when my buddy Eric, his like cousin / nephew, what it's a very complicated family kind of thing. He had like a vape, and he was like, "Oh, you got to try vaping. It's like really cool, and it's better than smoking cigarettes because we smoke cigarettes." And I was like, "Cool, I'll try it." And eventually I did, and it was really nice, and I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah, I keep getting this weird gagging thing. I just now got it.
50 Nick devices are new, like to me at least. I mean, like not like new. I mean, I've been using them since like like freshman year of high school or something like that, like right around freshman year, sophomore year. But I've been like using vapes since like started 8th grade or something like that, box mods and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm a vape lightweight.
Yeah, I don't know. You've probably heard off screen my vape going off because I'm a fiend, but the moment it's missing.
Boy.
Yeah, Carter is impressive with his vaping skills.
It's
impressive. Is that what you call it?
He's got donut-sized O's.
It makes my ego and my penis shrink. So I mean, vape at your own discretion.
Good thing.
I'd do it if I could. I just keep gagging from it. Kind of jealous of you, Carter.
It's okay. It took me a little bit. I mean, honestly, like I said, it's been a while, so I can't really place when I got the hang of it. But I remember like being taught by a couple people.
It's not getting the hang of it. It's called getting fucking tolerance to use it so much.
I got used to like the O face, that vaping terminology. But yeah,
it's not vaping terminology.
Yeah, pretty much. You just get used to like doing the motions, and eventually it just kind of comes out nice. It's honestly sometimes it really just comes down to like if there's a fucking draft in the room.
Oh, that ruins it.
Yeah, because then it just doesn't even look good.
That's the vapor's biggest enemy.
The government.
Not
the government in a mild
Yeah,
draft.
I would say not nicotine or the government. It's a slight draft.
A 3 to 7 mile per hour wind.
I mean, we're talking about like 2 miles per hour, man.
Oh, even less.
Maybe
yeah.
like a 0.5 mile per hour, if that is possible.
That's all it takes.
Maybe a swift hand motion. A quick flick of the foot, perhaps.
Quick flick of the dick.
Now I'm just kind of lost. I don't know what happened with this thing.
Yeah, it's like the fishes. Like 2 degrees and they're all dead.
Yeah.
The ocean.
Yeah,
that's fucking around with the ocean like that.
That's how I compare it.
Found it.
You don't think it matters, but it matters.
You want a thing?
You're a lovely son of a bitch.
You owe me.
I will.
Getting us some drinks from Sonic.
The local Sonic.
Wait, what are you guys getting?
He's picking.
I don't know. I was looking at stuff. I feel like I have to go with this one now.
I can't even remember the last time I had Sonic.
Really? We don't have it back home, so
maybe they'll sponsor.
There's like one fucking maybe they'll sponsor us. There's like one location back home, I think, that I'm aware of.
Is it like really popular? Everybody goes there.
Yeah. Like where it is, but it's not anywhere near us, I don't think.
Yeah, they have like a full glass front window across the whole front wall, and my friend mooned the Sonic people.
Really?
Those poor Sonic people.
Yeah, it's honestly on them for designing the building that way.
I don't know. I'm gonna look. Should make sure this is there. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there was all sorts of crazy shit that we used to get away with doing at the school. I mean, we used to drink in the high school. I mean, tons of people did this. This is not like special to me or like, you know, my group of friends or whatever. Like everybody's, ripping a dab cart or whatever in the bathroom, or like I used to rip my box spawn in the bathroom until I set up a fire alarm. So I didn't do that anymore. And then that was a really funny experience because we had just sold a vape to my buddy Eric, and I had just sold a vape to this kid, and I happened to see him in the bathroom and he was using it, and I was like, oh, I have mine on me too. So we were just doing vaping and shooting shit, whatever. And all these kids came in, all these like freshmen came in because we were sophomores, so we were like technically upperclassmen, and they were like interested in seeing what we had and shit like that. And the room was really foggy, and I was like, wow, it's kind of hazy in here. I should get out of here before anything bad happens. And I was walking back to my class, and all of a sudden the doors closed behind me, and I was just like, whoa. And I just kind of followed out with the crowd, and I never got in trouble. I mean,
never got caught up.
Nope. I remember. I also I kind of set a fire in the lunchroom. I threw a pretzel in the microwave for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then it started smoking. So I popped open the microwave door, and smoke just like poured out and like filled the lunchroom. So everybody lost their privileges to the microwave, and somebody snitched on me immediately. But then the teacher never asked anybody, or like she never said anything. Okay. So it was very interesting because I never got in like trouble for any of that shit at all, which was really weird.
All right, you think we're good?
Yeah,
I think it's about.
Concludes.
We're at like 43 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that was we got
pretty
some solid stuff. So I mean, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for joining this possibly hidden gem out there for the Fun Time Podcast. Keaton, thank you for joining us again.
Bye.